FAP was created to assist families to bridge the gap with teens and their parents.
What we're here for is really making someone feel like they are important enough to ask for help and to receive help. When families come to the FAP office, they really get an opportunity to put in their own words how they define what their concerns are. At that point, the child is also able to define why they're here and what they would want to happen after coming to our office.
Well, I love my son, but he's starting to spiral out of control. And I came in today so that I could get the proper help that I feel he needs.
Parents are coming in with feelings of sorrow or hopelessness. I think parents feel sometimes scared of what is going to happen if I admit that all of these issues are going on, and is anyone going to blame me? A lot of times I try to help parents to see, hey, you are the one who recognized that you needed help, and you were the one who came in on your own. We commend you for coming in to ask for help.
I did get into drugs and stuff like that, and I kind of hid it from them.
De la escuela me llamaban mucho complaint, muchos pleitos. Llegaba de mal humor, gritando.
Y siempre amenazaba con que me voy a ir de la casa y no me van a volver a ver. Y si algo me pasa, ustedes son los culpables. Ella se envolvía en conflictos, en peleas, pero ella me lo contaba a mí. Y si vuelvo a ver a esa muchacha, le voy a dar con todo. Yo le decía, no, eso te va a perjudicar. I don't care.
I was like, I'm 16. I don't need my parents. I'm grown. And you lived in a different country, so you don't even know what's life here.
So when the family is first referred to us, we go to the home, and it's very important for us to meet everybody who lives in the home, because we're gonna learn how these issues affect everybody in the home.
Nosotros expectábamos que llegara una señora con un montón de reglas y diciendo esto, haz esto, el otro.
The services are completely 100% voluntary. They are also very much part of the process in creating a treatment plan, because everything is based on the family's goals, not the therapist's goals. You know, a big belief that we have in family therapy is that they are capable of truly working through those issues together, and that it's not about anybody having any blame. It's about how can everybody contribute to reaching the goal that they all want.
Al principio era muy duro, muy difícil. Muchas veces Lorraine no quería. Se trancaba en la habitación.
I was in shock and I was angry because I didn't want a random person telling me what you're doing wrong in life. But it wasn't nothing like that. It was different. I related to her.
Lorraine pudo como soltar muchas cosas. Así la terapista la pudo ayudar mejor. Sabía qué realmente era lo que pasaba con Lorraine.
And she made me think real hard about everything that I did.
And I think the reason why kids switch from being skeptical to engage is because we treat them very differently from what they're used to. So maybe when they communicate it with adults, all adults are telling them is, look at all the stuff that you're doing wrong. Whereas we're coming from a place where, you know what, we understand you. And I think kids feel heard for the first time by this adult.
I slowly changed, and then it was just I I was showing my mom, like, you can trust me again. Like, I am your daughter. Like, I'm not that person that I was.
Cuando uno se sienta que la situación no tiene solución, buscar ayuda. Porque a veces las consecuencias de no pedir ayuda son bastante caras.
As a mentor, we develop a bond of trust, and we get the children to open up and talk to us.
He encouraged me to do better because there's sometimes I don't have no energy, no effort. He always told me these words: keep your head up, don't let nobody bring you down, right? You got this, keep going.
Since coming into the program, Trayvon and his mother's communication and relationship has grown a lot.
I was being really disrespectful to my mom. I was not listening to her.
But what had to be done was mom had to remember what it was like being a teenager, and Trayvon had to grasp somewhat of an understanding of what it's like being a single parent and having to take care of 2 children and work.
So he said, just take a step back, see what your mom does from day-to-day basis, and like you understand like the stress she goes through by having to take 2 kids by herself, managing the household, pay bills and all that. Just understand what she's going through and support her.
We take them on different trips. We talk to them. All of them don't open up right away. Some of them might open up a month, some maybe 3 weeks, some sooner.
Gave me like a father and son vibe, and that was like kind of cool.
I always let them know that, listen, we're not parole officers, we're not probation officers, we're not the police department. We're a friend to you and your family, and we want the best for you, but we want you to want the best for yourself. You tell me your story. That's what I want to hear, what's going on. And for a lot of them, that's the first time they've ever heard that. We give them a voice.
It's like, he cares. And I'm like, that's different. So it made me feel happy. I learned a lot of positive things from Siblings. I learned how to like communicate better instead of just like letting my emotions talk to a person, instead of like taking my anger on people.
We give them access to pro-social activities targeted for the adolescent in an environment that's safe, that's supervised by an adult, and the parent knows their child is doing something that's healthy and fun outside of school. Sometimes parents will say, well, my friend had the pins and, everything was great with their child after that. Why can't I have it? Or my teacher told me to come here to get the pins, or the police said, go get a pins. But they never really asked the police officer or the teacher, sort of what does that really mean?
So if parents decide to take on the pins route, there's a lot of major downsides that families have to take into consideration. So you're basically putting your life out there very publicly in front of the judge. When it gets to the point where a judge, let's say, determines let's remove the child, there's a lot of control that's going to be taken away from the parent. You don't get to choose if the child goes into foster care or which family in foster care they're going to be taken to. And in addition, during that period of time that they're not in the home, there's nothing being worked on together as a family. So if one of the main issues that they've had is trust and communication, removal takes that opportunity away from the parents and the child.
The judges want to divert families from the pins and court process because the idea is that families are healthier if parents and children stay together. We have the respite services where children and parent have some time away from each other while there's goals being set and there's a plan for them to then return to the parents' care within 21 days. And when they return, the idea is that everyone's on the same page, everyone is ready to accept services like therapy.
I've definitely seen a lot of families change, grow, and I've seen a lot of progress.
But it's a journey, and I enjoy taking that journey with them and assisting them in making better decisions.
I feel good in being able to reassure a family that they're not at their end of their rope, that tomorrow is going to be another day, and there's people that's there to be able to help you to do it. And if I could be the person to deliver that message to someone, that could be their best day for the week.
When you put your child or like your teenager or whoever in the program, they're gonna change, trust me. Everybody has that one soft spot and they know they're gonna change if they want it better for themselves.
He aprendido a escuchar más a mis hijos, hacerlos sentir a ellos que somos una familia.